What's going on? Welcome to our video. We are Grayson and Ashley with Our Full-Time Adventure. We've been traveling full-time for over 2.5 years.
And our travels have led us to Idaho, which is a beautiful state, and there are a bunch of hot springs here, and we're going to be exploring those and bringing you with us. So let's head to the first one. Alright, we're all parked up. There's two other vehicles where we're going. It's a very extremely sunny day, which is nice, but also reflecting off the white snow, it makes it even brighter than it really is. Alright, so we came down from over there and we made it to one hot spring. It's warm, it's not very hot. There's another one over here.
It's getting hotter.
It's getting hotter, and there's actually some people over there and there's more over there, so maybe we'll go check those out.
The hot springs above are much deeper than this and look much hotter. These have steam coming off, just not that. I think this is just one big pool with like a rock kind of blocking it. Problem is it's not too deep, so we're going to test it out and hopefully somebody leaves over there so we can have one over there. We're not sure if that's hot spring etiquette or not, but when we had those last hot springs that you guys were with us, nobody really bothered us in our spring, and there was some around, so people just went for those instead. So we're going to do the same with these people, just wait for them to leave and then go get the main one, because the main one looks nice, or the top one. And I'm hoping that it's deep enough, because I'm going to try it. And I'm hoping I don't regret it. Ooh, it's cold. My feet are cold. So hopefully this is warm enough. Oh, it's warm.
It is?
Yeah, it's actually much deeper right here. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because like one of us could sit over here and one of us can sit here, and it's deeper than it is over there, and it's definitely deeper than this one right behind us. Take it off.
Throw it. Alright, let's dip. It's actually pretty warm.
Is it nice?
Yeah. Better than I thought it was going to be. Alrighty, I'm gonna go in the cold of the stream. Ooh. Oh, it's not that bad. Am I getting in?
We've been sitting here for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and unfortunately about 6 or 7 other people came down that hill and went into the other hot springs, so we're not going to be able to go to those ones. But this one has actually been quite nice, and we found where the hot water is coming from, and we've been able to kind of like dig it out a little bit, and it's got really warm in here and it feels so nice. But there's one thing that I was just thinking about as sitting here. We've been to a good amount of hot springs, and most of them have a really strong sulfur smell, and if you've never smelled sulfur, it literally smells like rotten eggs. It's absolutely disgusting. But it's always worth it to be in the hot springs. But this hot spring in particular literally has no smell, and the water is surprisingly clear. It just feels like very clean, and I've really enjoyed it because, you know, going back into the camper, I don't want to have to shower right away, so it's nice that I don't have to because I don't smell like rotten eggs. It's a very short hike down to the hot springs, but to get up and down, it's steep. Woo!
That's my knee. And it's funny because there is a path, but the second the sun hits it and it gets all flat like that, it actually turns into like the slickest path ever. We just got back to the car, and the second we get back, of course, we already have some snacks ready to go because we were there for quite a while. We are going to drive back into town now. Not really sure what we're planning on doing the rest of the day, but those hot springs were honestly beautiful. Even though we weren't able to go to the main ones, I personally would still give them a 10 out of 10 based on just like the surrounding area is so beautiful. It actually was really hot once you dug it out a little bit more,
It was clean, it smelled clean, the water was really nice, so I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. Grayson, what were your thoughts?
Honestly, I agree with Ashley. The springs were definitely a 10 out of 10. We'd definitely go again. I wish we had the main spring, but even the lowest one was still warm. And truthfully, I think there were more because there's so many paths going throughout those woods, and we didn't know where we were going at first. We just went a random way and ended up there. So there's no trail on all trails. You kind of have to find it yourself. It's in Idaho. Just hover over Idaho on Google Maps and type in hot spring, and it'll most likely come up. Night number 2 at that same gas station was a success, and we're currently heading out to head further southeast towards more hot springs and more things to do. And last night we were like craving water. We wanted water so bad, but the water in our tank's we're not really sure it's the best water. It has a weird like chlorine taste to it, and the entire city was like closed last night. I guess everyone closed at like 9 o'clock. So at 11:30 we were drinking our chlorine water, and we were just catching up on work last night. But like I said, we're heading southeast. Let's take you on that adventure with us. We are at Kirkham Hot Springs in the Lowman, Idaho area, and this is like a recreational site that has multiple hot springs. It used to be a campground, but unfortunately it's not anymore. If you read the campground reviews, 2 of the sites actually have their own hot spring. So there's one here, and there's one up there at sites 13 and 11, I'm pretty sure. But that's pretty cool to think that if you were to have the campsite here, you'd actually have your own hot spring, but unfortunately now that it's day use, I don't think anyone uses this one. There's plenty of cars over here at the parking lot, but there's no one here. And there's no one in the next one either. So if we get down there and there's too many people, we might just come back up here because this is pretty nice, pretty quiet, no one's here. The snow's on the ground all around you, the sun is shining, the skies are blue. So this one might be a good pick. Let's check out the other one that's over here, and then we'll take you guys down to where everyone's kind of going, I guess, because I don't really see anybody. This is the second one that is connected to like the day use area campground without having to go down towards the river. And this one's huge. This one's nice. It's got a nice little waterfall, and it's actually very clear. Right outside of it is a little mossy and like weird looking, but the second you look into the spring, it's actually so clear and the water's beautifully crisp, and oh, it looks so nice. Look at that steam behind us. Oh yeah. We might have to come back to this one even if we go on the other one down there. Three springs over there, maybe 2 more over here, and supposedly if you take this path, we should be getting to some more. So let's find out.
We came from so far up there, and on the way down there's a little path, but to get to these bottom pools there's not really a path. So we're kind of just sliding around, but we made it, and we're hoping that the ones closest to the water are hot. Usually they're not too hot because the water comes in, but right behind me is where the hot water's coming from, and it's going right in. So it should be awesome. Lay back. Another day, another hot spring. This one looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to get there.
We're at Bonneville Hot Springs, and there are so many springs down there behind you where we just were, and the springs are super hot. Some mix with the water and make it warm, some don't and it's really hot. But they actually have this like wooden, I don't know what you call it. Kind of looks like an outhouse if you ask me. But you see I got my stuff all set up here. And it's actually super slippery. And they have a tub. And so there's 2 points of hot water coming in. And I've already felt it, so it's not too bad. And it's funny because the water comes in here and actually exits down here, so the water's always flowing. A little fun fact about when we first saw this, I was a little weirded out by how it looked and kind of where it is and all the stuff in it, but it is filtering itself out, so I'm actually gonna try it. Ashley already got dressed up after getting in the springs. I walked up here, my shorts on. I actually have no socks on because I'm not the smartest. Oh, it's not hot at all. Is this hot? No. Oh, that's hot, that one. Thank you for watching this far, and that's gonna wrap up this video. We just wanted to give you some of our final thoughts on the hot springs we did visit.
The first hot spring that we went to was Trail Creek Hot Springs, and there was only a couple of pools and it did get really busy, so we would definitely recommend getting there earlier so you can get one of the main pools. We got one of the pools down at the bottom, which originally wasn't very hot, but once you found the hot spot and dug it out a little bit, it actually ended up being really great, and I would say overall we give it a 10 out of 10.
Kirkham Hot Springs was one of those springs that when you first got there wasn't too busy, but unfortunately later in the day it does get busy, so make sure you get there early. And the pool that we got was right on the water, so you were able to polar plunge. And again, it was, once you found the hot spot, it was hot. And since it was right on the water, it wasn't originally the hottest one until we found where we needed to be sitting.
The last hot spring that we visited was Bonneville Hot Springs, and it was by far the most unique hot springs because there was like a waterfall, and that's where the hot water was coming down from, and it was going all the way over the hill down to the bottom. And there was also a little room that had a hot tub in it, and it was just really cool. These hot springs by far were the hottest hot springs, so you definitely had to pick your spring and choose the one that wasn't so hot, or else you'd be like scalding.
So out of all 3 of these hot springs, we'd have to say our least favorite was none of them, and they're all a 10 out of 10. We absolutely love them all. And if you were visiting hot springs, we're curious as to which one you'd visit. So make sure you comment that down below, and until next time, stay tuned.
Bye!